Welcome to our joint webinar with WINSHUTTLE EnterWorks. My name is Krister Mäkelä. I am the CEO of Adsotech Scandinavia and the host of this webinar. This webinar is presented in partnership with WINSHUTTLE EnterWorks and Adsotech. With me, I have today from London Paul Rawley, who is Strategic Account Executive at WINSHUTTLE, and Jat Dhaliwal, who is EnterWorks Solution Engineer. Hi, Paul, there in London. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm very well, thanks, Krista. Very well. Looking forward to the webinar and hopefully giving everybody a good overview of the PIM solution that we're partnering with you. And Jat will be providing a demonstration within the webinar as well.
Okay, thank you, Paul. A few words about the agenda and some housekeeping things. I will start with a short overview of Adsotech, PIM, and how the solution we present today is positioned within the WINSHUTTLE product portfolio. Paul will thereafter introduce to you the EnterWorks product, and thereafter Jat's presentation will dive into more details and present and demonstrate the solution for you. I hope we will have time for questions at the end. You are all muted during the presentation, so please submit your questions in the pop-up chat box if you have any questions. If we do not have enough time to answer all questions during the presentation, we will provide the answers in writing. And the presentation is being recorded and will be shared to you with a link later on. Now, most of you probably know Adsotech, as most of you are our customers, but there are some participants from companies that we are not yet servicing. The name Adsotech is derived from the words advanced software technology. We provide ICT solutions mainly to Nordic or Nordic headquartered global organizations. The solutions are aimed to increase productivity, improve security, and reduce costs. The WINSHUTTLE products are mainly in the master data management, product information management, and business reengineering category. In this picture, you can see some of the more well-known brands of WINSHUTTLE customers in the Nordic countries. Now, let us move forward to the topic of today. Today, your critical business, product, and category data is probably more dispersed than ever. It is often spread across different systems, departments, shared drives, and many Excel files. You may even have more than one ERP system from different software vendors, and perhaps not properly integrated together. The data is fragmented and siloed. The negative effect of these data silos is not just data discrepancies between systems, but process inefficiencies as business teams wait for data to transfer from one system into another, or act as the glue between systems, rekeying or manually loading data from one place to another. Human errors are made, and time, momentum, and even customer goodwill is lost. Managing and transferring product information generates challenges for employees and additional cost for the company when, for example, sales spend their time hunting for product information or marketing tries to update their product catalogs and web shops. Files are lost and someone has forgotten to share the latest Excel file with updated product information. Who knows if the latest pricing information has been updated? Have the latest product changes been approved, and can they already be published? Does it sound familiar for you? For your digital transformation efforts to succeed, you need to get trusted and accurate data to all users and the systems that need it, fast and across all the areas of your business. The PIM solution plays an important role in digitizing product information. Your company's digital core should contain all product and category data because correct up-to-date data and enriched golden record of product data allows you to, first of all, reduce cost and risk, secondly, save time, and It helps you to drive incremental revenue as you become more responsive to market changes. Data and processes are interdependent. It's difficult to make sustained improvements to data quality without also digitizing the processes. And you can't digitize complex processes without making sure that the data you process is of the highest quality. In today's world, business cycles are getting faster and faster, so the processes need to get faster as well, and the data needs to be right. When data and processes are right, you can empower your colleagues and employees to concentrate on what matters the most in terms of providing great customer experience and staying ahead of competition. So digital enterprise, digital core processes and golden record of product data allows your employees to use their full potential to make your company more competitive and drive incremental revenue. Digitizing data-intensive processes is where WINSHUTTLE excels. WINSHUTTLE software enables you to get both faster processes and better data, so you can drive real results and get competitive advantage you need to thrive in the digital economy. We have three main products in our portfolio. Evolve is our flagship SAP automation platform, specifically designed for complex data-intensive SAP processes like financial closing, product launches, and customer and vendor onboarding. Designed for business teams, Evolve uniquely combines enterprise-grade workflow and automation, robust data stewardship, and deep SAP integration capabilities. Evolve is all about streamlining the process of creating and managing your strategic data and ensuring that it gets into SAP right the first time. Studio is the market-leading Excel to SAP automation platform, where people can quickly create SAP-enabled Excel workbooks to speed up process like uploading thousands of journal entries, updating material master records, or migrating data to S4 HANA, for example. And now we have EnterWorks platform, which we are here to discuss about with you today. As you'll discover, EnterWorks is both a fully featured product information management solution and an enterprise-grade multi-domain master data management solution, enabling you to drive better business outcomes by getting high-quality data to all users and all the places it needs to go quickly. Without further ado, I would like to ask Paul now to start the EnterWorks PIM introduction.
Thank you, Krista. So the EnterWorks product is a combination, as Krista quite well described, as a product information management PIM and multi-domain capabilities as well. It also supports digital asset management within the same platform. Now, this is really important because we see most of our clients who start with a PIM requirement, then needing to manage within the same environment other domains of data that are relevant to the product. So to be able to create those relationships in one central platform becomes key for them. We work with a partner network across the globe who provide expertise, regional expertise, such as Krista in the Nordics, and we have partners across the globe, as I mentioned. All of our customers are fully referenceable, and it's something that if you look at the industry analyst reports, customer satisfaction is really high with EnterWorks. And that's because we partner with businesses like yourselves. It's a long-term journey that we go through, as it is with our partners who work on the implementation and consultancy. The solution has been evolved over 21 years. WINSHUTTLE purchased EnterWorks over 2 years ago now to provide the best of breed PIM and MDM solution to complement the product suite. The EnterWorks platform is not just dedicated for SAP. We can connect to any data source that you have throughout the network. So in terms of scalability, most businesses we work with start with a defined requirement. However, the solution is a true enterprise solution. And so it can expand within the organization with no limitation. And when I say no limitation, I mean no limitation in terms of the amount of data that it can handle. It can handle millions of records. And also we have no limitation in terms of how we can configure data models and attributes within the system, which is all done by configuration. There's no code involved in being able to do that. So it's a truly scalable solution for the business. Some of these businesses you'll recognize, and you may be from some of these businesses. We have over 2,500 customers globally, all with the same issues, and we're solving very similar problems with their own particular issues that we address for these major organizations. But it's all about managing data and being more efficient and bringing process and data quality together for these companies that you'll see here. We're highly ranked within the analyst reports. So if you look at Gartner, we reference very highly and as a leader. Uniquely, we're the only company or solution ranked in Forrester as both leader in the PIM and MDM wave together. So that reinforces the message that we're putting across, that it goes beyond PIM. It allows you to expand within the business. And IDC also recognize us as a market leader in worldwide PIM space. So just to reinforce what Krista was saying earlier, what you're going to see today is a method of providing a central point of truth for all of your product data. So being able to consolidate the view of your data through one interface. Also, we can create bidirectional transfer with data. So if you're looking in your SAP system, for example, you would see the same record that you would see in your EnterWorks PIM. Also, we do this, we have a truly enterprise grade workflow tool, which we use throughout the system for business processes and automation. So we can take data in, cleanse that data centrally, create the golden record that Krista referred to earlier, and then have workflows to automate the syndication process to push data correctly formatted out to multiple channels. This can represent a huge time saving and also make going to market a lot more efficient and a lot quicker. Next slide, please, Sonia. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have an overview demonstration by Jat, and he will take you through the EnterWorks platform and how it actually works. So over to you.
Hi, my name is Jat Dhaliwal. I'm an EnterWorks solution engineer with WINSHUTTLE. Today I'm going to be providing you a high-level overview of the EnterWorks PIM solution. The EnterWorks platform is designed to ingest information from any source, including spreadsheets, your ERP system, or a vendor portal. And once ingested, validate the incoming data to make sure it meets your quality requirements. From there, it's put through an enrichment and approval process that you define and then published or syndicated to pretty much any channel, including your website or to your channel partner's website. Before I show you the system, as you log into the platform, you notice that it's a fully browser-based solution. Whether you're a business user or an admin, there's a UI based on your role. This allows for personalized dashboards to make data management and reporting easier across your company. Let's have a first look at the system, and you can see that there's a very clean layout. We have different views, so I can switch it to the gallery view. On the left, we have the taxonomy structure. If I wish to preview a product, it's a simple case of clicking the eye icon. I can also see the state of the product looking at this icon here. The main reason companies such as yourself are looking at EnterWorks is because you require a centralized platform for managing your data. And this includes attribute management, rules, relationships, translations, and history. All of these together combine to provide that 360-degree view of your product data. So let's go into a product itself. I have a product here open. And again, you can see the layout clean and easy to understand. On the left, we have tabs and groups, which allow us to organize our attributes as well as manage user and security permissions. Everything you see here is configurable. So the layout, the number of columns, etc., is all configurable. We see here that we have summary identification type attributes. EnterWorks supports all types of attributes, whether they're drop-down lists, managed lists of values, or dynamic attributes such as this one here, which is a concatenation of a number of attributes. As an example, I'll go ahead and remove the brand name and I'll hit save. The system is going to do a number of things in the background. Immediately, it lets me know that one of the validation rules has been triggered. And on the left, I can see a number 1 in red, which shows me there's one error in this section. I'll come back to this shortly. If I go on to the marketing section, we support many different types of copy type attributes, whether you require HTML, as is the case here, or whether you require repeatable attributes, such as here. One of the key features of EnterWorks is that it has multi-language built in. EnterWorks supports approximately 180 different languages, including double bytes such as Chinese and Arabic. In this demonstration box, we have Google Translate API plugged in. In your company, you may have a different API, and EnterWorks can integrate that. If you use a third party to do your translations, we support a translation workflow to provide governance around this process. Moving further, we support all types of different master data. And in this case, we have allergy information and other nutrition information loaded into this example. We can also support packaging information, and we integrate with GDSN, ETIM, and other third-party data syndication tools and platforms. We can also support the management of materials and other things such as this very easily within the box, from out of the box. EnterWorks also has a built-in digital asset management solution, and here we're able to integrate and hold any type of digital asset against a product, whether that's an image, a video, spec sheet, Excel sheet. We're able to handle all of those things. We can manage relationships with products such as upsells, cross-sells, and all of this is configurable, and you can determine the relationship types that are required for your use case. This information can then be syndicated to your website. EnterWorks also supports pricing, so whether you require simple or complex pricing, that can be configured within EnterWorks. In this case, we have a simple setup which just has price and price type and the unit type. And here we have a number of different stores that this example is pointing to. If you manage your pricing elsewhere, we're able to integrate that pricing into EnterWorks, thereby giving you that 360-degree view. Let's go back to the summary section where I removed the brand earlier. And what you can see is that just by clicking on an attribute name, I can see the recent history. And I can see that the previous value was Prince's, and this is when it was entered. I can roll back on an attribute by attribute basis. I'll hit save, and you'll see the system do a reverse of exactly what happened earlier. So on every attribute, I'm able to get the recent history. I'm also able to get the history for the entire record. So here we can see all the changes that have occurred on the record level. I'm also able to compare two versions of the history. So you can see the old value and the new value, and I'm also able to just see the differences. So you can see that these are the things which have changed between these two versions of the history. So the point I'm trying to make is that auditing and history is built into the system. One of the powerful features we have within EnterWorks is the hierarchy management. So we're able to manage the levels as well as the attributes at different levels of the structure. And we make managing classifications as easy as possible. If I go back to the system and back to the product overview, I can see the taxonomy on the left. So within EnterWorks, we have taxonomies and we have hierarchies. A taxonomy is the primary product classification. This allows you to see all the products that you support and the logical organization of these products. So one thing I wanted to point out here is that if I go to manage taxonomy, what I can see is attributes which are specific to a specific node of the taxonomy. So here you can see canned and packaged goods. These attributes here are only valid at this node of the taxonomy. I can see the lists of values associated with these products. Are we using the entire list of values, or are we using a subset of the values from the list of values? And also I can understand, is this attribute inherited from the level above? No, in this case. If I go further down, I can see that the attributes are inherited from the level above. This allows you to manage and update attributes in bulk at the higher level of the taxonomy. Just as an example, if I go to beverages, I can see that's completely different attributes which are specific to this node. If I go ahead and close this, go back to products, and let's talk about taxonomy, about hierarchies. So we can have unlimited hierarchies for different business purposes. Here we have an example which has many different nodes within it. If I change the view, associating a product to a hierarchy is very easy. I can just select one or more products, and it's a simple case of dragging and dropping. And I get a notification at the bottom saying 3 items have been moved to this node. So as you can understand, we have business rules which underpin everything you see within EnterWorks. And these business rules allow us to manage data and look at errors and issues with that data and fix those errors. So what I'll do is I'll change this view and I'll go to the dashboard. So when you first enter the system, based on your role, you'll have a dashboard, and the dashboard is a number of different reports which support your role and the tasks that are required of you. So here we see on the top left, we have a product catalog, and it tells me that some products are valid and some have errors. We also have a to-do list, which is if my team has received a workflow task, I can look at this workflow task within this to-do list. And we can also understand where in the life cycle different products are. And I've got a categorization which allows me to get to different types of products fast. I'm going to focus on this in the top left, and I'll double click. and I can go to the records which have errors. So earlier you noticed I had the record open when I deleted the brand name. So here I can also demonstrate that even without opening a product, I can get to the error fast using this inline editor. We can see that the brand name hasn't been provided. So I'll go ahead and just add a brand name and hit save. If you noticed dynamically, the record with the error has now disappeared from the list because it no longer has an error. So finding data fast is one of the key functionalities within EnterWorks, and this assists business users in everything that they do. So we have a type ahead search up here. We have a filtered faceted search similar to what you may find on websites. So I can search by brand, I can filter by brand and then add further filters to this. And also we have the ability to switch to the Excel-like view. And in that view, I can actually do a column by column filtering. So I can look at products which are just approved or in any state. And I can add filters upon filters to get to the end result set. So we've talked about how we manage data within the system. How do we get data out of the system and how do we get data back into the system? We're able to do this manually via API or via microservice. What I'll do in the example for this demonstration is just to show how we can do it manually. So exporting data from the system is as simple as selecting a few records and choosing export. From the export dialog, I can either do the current view or I can go ahead and choose a defined template. So these templates, they've been defined with the attributes to export and the format. You define it once and you can use it thereafter. It just simplifies the process of export. I'll go with the current view. If I choose export, the system has started in the background to export this record. I have an example of what this looks like. And this color coding is provided by EnterWorks to the user to assist in working with the data. So in this case, what we have is the pink signifies mandatory attributes. The orange signifies category specific attributes. And the white ones are global attributes. So one of the key features out of EnterWorks is that I'm able to take the validations from EnterWorks outside into the Excel. So things such as drop-down lists are available to me in the Excel. The benefit to the users of this method is that you're able to edit in bulk outside of the system. You're able to add new rows and create new data in bulk and then re-import that back into the system. Importing data is very similar. And you literally use the import dialog and use the same approach in reverse. So EnterWorks supports syndication to hundreds of different platforms, including some of these mentioned here. And we also have 3 different approaches to managing this. So what you saw just now was EnterWorks DIY, which means we do everything manually and we manage the templates ourselves. EnterWorks Fully Managed is powered by Venzi, and what this does is it has a plugin to a product called Venzi, which manages the templates to hundreds and hundreds of different platforms such as Shopify, Amazon, and the like. And what this does is it takes away the overhead from your business users for managing templates and ensures the syndication is done smoothly. Out of the box, we also support GDSN and also other third-party data pools. As I've mentioned earlier, EnterWorks has a built-in, fully fledged digital asset management solution. 70% of our users, of our customers, actually go and continue using our digital asset management solution. We also have the ability to integrate with any other digital asset management solution. And in that situation, we would hold the thumbnail and the URL to the other platform, the other digital asset management solution. EnterWorks has an enterprise-grade workflow engine built in. Our workflow engine is able to integrate with other products external to EnterWorks. It can receive notifications from other products and also provide notifications to other products. Our workflow engine supports complex workflows such as email notifications, escalations, and other things. And we can talk about this in a more detailed demonstration. EnterWorks also supports a self-service portal. And this self-service portal allows your sales users to download important product specifications and brochures directly out of EnterWorks. So these templates are configurable at once, and then they're able to be used multiple times in multiple regions by your users. We also have the ability to support portals for your vendors. And what this allows your vendors to do is have a bi-directional communication method with your business users. So vendors are able to download templates, populate these templates, and upload product onboarding. And once this is uploaded, your business users are able to see these products and decide if they wish to continue with these products and onboard these products. Overall, the vendor portal streamlines the process of product onboarding and managing of product data, because it eradicates the need for phone calls, emails, and Excels going back and forth. Everything is done in a governed way. The EnterWorks platform has a very granular and easy to manage security model. And this allows us to have unique user privileges at many levels, especially if you're working in a intercompany method where you have different operating companies in different regions. You only see the data which is valid and important to you, and you have security that data is not shared inadvertently. So just to recap, EnterWorks has an intuitive, dynamic, role-based UI that supports single sign-on and Active Directory. We have many things under the hood. We're able to manage hierarchies and taxonomies. We're able to manage multi-language capabilities. Everything is audited with rollback and history capability. And we have data quality built in. We support collaboration for your teams internally and externally using our workflow engine. And we're able to syndicate rapidly to all of your platforms. I hope you found this short demonstration informative, and I look forward to hearing from you in the future for a more detailed overview. Thank you very much.
So I hope that gave you a good understanding of the initial capabilities of the EnterWorks platform. And as you could see, it was incredibly user-friendly solution as being role-based. So only users, as you've seen, can see what they need to see. And the whole idea is to increase the speed to market within the organization and allow you to scale and be more agile in your approach. So just to summarize, and then I'll hand it over to Krista. the reasons for choosing WINSHUTTLE, what makes it different to other PIM solutions, is it's more than just a PIM. It can be expanded. You can include other domains of data within the same platform. It's incredibly easy to use for data stewards, marketing managers, anybody who needs to come into contact with the solution, whether it be by the dashboard or whether it be by a portal. The syndication capabilities can represent immense time savings within the organization, and it's incredibly flexible in terms of we can push out to any channel. There's print capabilities within the solution, and it integrates within Design Server. And you're looking at a truly enterprise-grade technology, which can be expanded within the organization without the need to put other solutions around it. Because it's configuration, it's quick to set up. And because of the configuration, when changes need to be made, they're configuration changes. And so the cost of ownership is the lowest in the marketplace compared with other companies. And with that, I'll hand it over to Krista.
Thank you, Paul, and thank you, Chad, for an excellent presentation and demonstration. We have a couple of questions here in the chat box. The first one is EnterWorks a on-premise solution or cloud solution?
Yeah, thank you, Chris. That's a really good question. A lot of solutions around at the moment are purely cloud solutions, which is fine. However, there is still a need within the marketplace for a lot of organizations to have an on-premise model or a combination of the both. EnterWorks provides all of the options that I've just described. So and through the same platform. So you don't get a different solution if it's a cloud-based solution as to if you have an on-premise solution. And in some cases, we've configured a hybrid solution to give the best of both worlds. So the hosting options with EnterWorks are incredibly flexible, and we tend to take it on a case-by-case basis. And as you're probably aware, different industries have different requirements, and some to do with the sensitivity of the data. I hope that covers that particular point for you.
Okay, thank you. Second question, what are the most important steps in implementing a PIM solution generally and EnterWorks also?
I think planning, as you've seen, the EnterWorks platform is a tool. It's an incredibly flexible tool. In fact, the most flexible in the marketplace today. So it can be configured in any way through data models, attributes, and domains. The real key to a successful project is the planning and to establish what the real business requirements are before setting about a build. Saying that, even with the best plans in place, changes are always required with any projects of this type. And because of the fact that it's configuration and there's no development, it's very easy to change data models and attributes. But to answer the question, I think it's really in the planning stage and making sure that the processes within the business are correctly identified, so that when we relate that to setting up a data model and creating the attributes, we're giving the most efficiency to the organization. We can also look at the processes, business processes that run within an organization. And a lot of those processes are limited because of the lack of technology and having to rely on a lot of manual process. So what we do in those cases is we really analyze the business flows to see where we can get good kind of wins and automate processes. So there may be, in some cases, you may have a 13-stage process to do a product delivery. When you actually analyze that and using the workflow tool, we can reduce that down to 6, maybe 7 stages and have that automated and notifications automated. So it's really stepping outside of the business and looking at what are the best and most efficient processes for the business. That makes for a very successful project.
Okay.
I think that covers hopefully that covers that for you.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. Okay, we don't have any more questions here. So I would like to thank all participants for the interest you have expressed for the topic, and you can ask for more information. I think we have a slide here with my contact details or Adsotech's contact details. You can send your information request to info@adsotech.com or sales@adsotech.com. And this presentation recording will be submitted to all participants, hopefully tomorrow. Thank you once more to all participants and to Paul and Chat. Have a
Thank you very much.
good afternoon.
Thank you very much.